Ruud van Nistelrooy has rebuilt PSV in the last 12 months to now winning a trophy there, and it's a fantastic start from him at PSV. We've rebuilt his tactics on Friday, and today we're going to be rebuilding PSV over the next 5 years with Ruud's 4-3-3. What's going on there, guys? Xavi here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another rebuild, and welcome back to a PSV rebuild. If you're brand new to the channel, we do 3 rebuilds a week. We do 3 tactics a week, 2 on this channel, 2 on Sortitoutsi. So head over to there as well and sub over there so you can see more Kempi over there. And just subscribe here as well. We are so close as I record this to hitting 1k. You know my goal, 1k in May. As I record this, we're 21 subs away, and your guys' support is absolutely smashing it. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, like about 80% of you are, just head down and subscribe. It's completely free, and you're making my dreams come true. So head down and do that for me. But today, without further ado, it's time for a rebuild. And PSV, you might think they're not a club that really need a massive rebuild, and I would agree. A very, very good club. Very well run, obviously very well run with Van Nistelrooy at the helm as well. And we've done a first season sim with that tactic. We did win the league, but the rebuild is going to be trying to dominate Dutch football, winning the league and the cup back-to-back years, and also seeing how far we can get in the Champions League or possibly even the Europa League. So we'll see how things go. We've got quite a little bit of money. We've got £16 million to spend, which in Dutch football is quite a lot. And the best thing about PSV as well, a fantastic youth academy, 18 training facilities, 18 youth facilities, and they've got a very, very special man in Xavi Simons, who we're going to be keeping at the club for the next 5 years and seeing how good this guy can get. We're going to keep on caps, how many caps he's got for Holland, and we're going to keep an eye on everything as well based on his stats and see how far we can take him. But there's another man that I'm going to stick in the team to start every single game. They're not brothers, but we're going to have the 2 Simmons, either wing, Jevon Simons, Xavi Simons, the 2 cover stars. We're going to lock them in right wing, left wing. The tactic itself is as follows: a sweeper keeper on defend in goal with no further instructions, a fullback on support with hold position, a wing back on attack on the left, stay wider, a ball playing defender in the middle, both on stay wider, both centre backs that is, a ball midfielder in DM, no further instructions. But Zala on support with tackle harder. Now the next player, the centre on attack, Gus Till, is pivotal to how this team plays, with close down more and tackle harder. An inside forward on attack on the left, shoot more often, sit narrower, tackle harder. A winger on support on the right with tackle harder, and a target forward up front, shoot less often and tackle harder. It's set to a positive mentality, shorter passing, play out defence, work ball into the box, be more expressive, focus the play through the middle, overlap down the left, a slightly higher tempo and fairly wide. And we're also going to be taking short kicks, distributing to the centre backs and countering, not counter press or regroup, which is quite interesting because you would normally stick counter press on as well. But it looks like Ruud does get his boys back, but the regroup is a little bit too far in my opinion. And out of possession, it's a high press system, pressing more often, and we're also trapping the boys outside as well, because then wingers do drop back in, or Xavi Jevon in this case will drop into the left hand flank. The winger over here will drop into this right mid spot and will help out the defence as well. Finances wise, things are looking quite good for PSV. In Dutch football, £55 million in the bank is a lot, and there's no debt either. So we're going to have quite a good free roam to see how far we can get this club. £16 million the first summer. Let's see how much we can spend. Well then, I would say we have spent quite a lot of money over the... there's 2 windows here, but we've also sold quite a lot. We've sold £42.5 million in this window and 31 in the next. So about £75 million overall has been sold, and about £70 million has been brought in as well. So Jason Van Duven is the first player to leave. He's gone to Manchester City. Now this kid is very, very good. He had 5-star potential, but I think with a rebuild like this, the fact we're locking in Jevon Simons as well, I don't want to keep too many players, youth players. We want to try and actually do well as rebuilding the youth. So Jason has gone, potentially up to £13 million, very good for him. Mauro Jr., El Ghazi, Mwene, Obipso, Max, Sabiri have all left for big money as well. And the big player that left for big money is Jordan Teze. Now a very, very good player. Nonetheless, he's 23 years of age. But £32 million, I thought it was realistic to let him go to Bayern Munich, because that's what would happen in real life. I do also try and keep some realism with this. Now these 4 are just youth players, so ignore them. They have basically come through the youth academy, and I didn't set the contracts up in time. But they are all in. And Ali Bandir as well is a goalkeeper that's been brought in on a free contract from Fenerbahce, a very good player. He's got 4 caps for Turkey. He's 25 years of age, and he's a fantastic goalkeeper on a free contract as well it was a no-brainer. Fantastic aerial reach, handling, one-on-ones, bravery, jumping reach, strength, a fantastic goalkeeper. So he is in as our number one goalkeeper. Santiago Heze has been brought in as a backup midfielder, a young Argentine for just 6.5 million. And Amar Dedic as well has been brought in as a backup left-back. But moving on into the big boys we've signed, and Leo Østigård has been brought in, a fantastic central defender. He's always had very good potential on FM. He's now 23 years of age. He's moved on from Brighton in real life to Parthenope, Napoli, obviously. I've had a couple of good loan spells, and he didn't really break into that Napoli team last year, and it's time for him to come and mark his trade in Dutch football. And Leo Østigård is going to hopefully be fantastic for us. So he's been brought in. Petar Musa, someone I think is absolutely brilliant, especially as a target forward on support. The big Croatian, he's 6'3", he's 25 years of age, so he's not an inexperienced player. He's got great balance, great bravery, decent enough finishing as well, strength, heading, plays with his back to go. No, he doesn't. He shoots a power, plays with his back to go. I thought he did. And plays 1-2s, was exactly what we want that target forward doing, linking in the boys. He's consistent, and he's brought for just £5 million from Benfica. I think it's quite a realistic sign. He didn't play a single game for Benfica last year, so he's going to come here and hopefully be our number one striker, the Luke de Jong replacement. Victor Christensen has also been brought in, a very good left back. Now you can see why the other guy is just a backup, because Victor Christensen has come in from Denmark, from Copenhagen, just 20 years of age, 3-star ability, 5-star potential, very consistent. Awesome player. And as a wing back on attack as well, overlapping, he's got good crossing, dribbling, first touch, marking, passing, tackling is all very good. He's aggressive, he's quick, and I like him a hell of a lot. Wan-Bissaka has also been brought in, the full-back on support. He's going to be a little bit more defensive, and I mean, Wan-Bissaka, the best defensive right back in the world, 20 tackling. Of course he has. Great acceleration, agility, stamina, bravery, all etc. is very, very good. And he was just a measly £20 million from Manchester United, which I didn't think was that bad of a signing. So Wan-Bissaka's been brought in, and also even Fresneda, who we picked up for just £10 million, and I've never picked him up for less than 37. So the reason he's been brought in, because Wan-Bissaka will be our starting right back, but this guy at 18 years of age for £10 million is just simply too good to turn down. He hasn't actually got 5-star potential, so it'll be interesting to see how Ivan does actually turn out. But the team now is looking rather strong, and obviously we have got the two Simmons locked in at winger, and they'll be getting locked in. They're the only players that we're going to keep in the team for every single game. You can do that, so that's what we'll be doing. It's Bayendir in goal. It's Wan-Bissaka, Østigård, Buscagli, Christensen, Sangare, Till, Veerman, Xavi Simmons, Jevon Simmons, and Musa up front. And Veerman and Till are hopefully going to stay for the whole time as well, because them two are fantastic in real life, and they sort of come with the club, I suppose. 24 years of age, Veerman, 25 years of age, Gus Till, and 20 years of age with Xavi Simmons, 18 years of age with Jevon Simmons as well. So we've got 17 even younger. So we've got a good midfield and a good sort of 4 or 5 players in this team that are not going to be leaving. So it's about what we can do around them. And obviously in this first season, we're looking to hopefully retain the Eredivisie. Obviously Ajax are going to come back much stronger this season than they were last season. They are predicted to come second. Are we predicted to come first, or is it going to be a final predicted to come first? No, we are predicted to come first. So hopefully we can live up to that expectation for season number 2. Let's get right into it and sim 12 whole months. Well, if you guys can, make sure just to like the video as well, subscribe to the channel, and follow on all these 4 wonderful things, and also follow on Instagram as well, because we're uploading all the little shorts, TikToks, Reels on there as well. But there's also TikTok, there's Twitter, there's Twitch, which I'll be returning to very shortly as well, and obviously sub to the YouTube channel. Like I said at the start, 1k in May is the goal, and this second season has not quite gone to plan. We've come second in the league. It's no mean feat. Nonetheless, we were 8 points clear of final, but 5 behind Ajax, who certainly did have quite the redemption. I mean, they did spend any money, £27 million. They've also brought in Andreas Schroeder as well on a free contract, which is outrageous how they done that. So he is also in. Samuel Lino is coming, a very good player. A few good players in here as well. So Vallejo, Sam Lamers, Obipso from us, Hein from Arsenal. So some very good players in Ajax, and they've done very well to go back to the top of the league this year. Group staged in the Champions League, slightly disappointing, but we did have Madrid, United, and Marseille. Would have been nice to beat Marseille and go down to the Europa League, but Madrid and United, we weren't ever going to get through, sadly. Runners up in the KMVB Becker, a 2-0 loss to Feyenoord. Again, a little bit annoying, but we did win the Johan Cruyff Skull, a 3-0 win against AZ Alkmaar. And the stand-up performance in this season was definitely Petar Musa. Just £5 million was spent on him, from Benfica. And I thought it'd be good. And he was outrageous. 44 games, 33 goals, 6 assists is superb from him. Joey Veerman, 17 goals, 9 assists. Gus Till, 17 goals, 6 assists. Xavi Simons, 11 goals, 12 assists. To be honest, a little bit of a quieter time for Xavi Simons. I mean, he's done well, a 7.07, and he's got another 9 caps for Holland, scoring 6 goals in that 9 caps as well. So he's becoming a world superstar. So you want a little bit more in the Dutch leagues from him, to the point where Jevon Simons, the 17-year-old, now 18, actually outperformed him like crazy. 7.11 average rating, 7 goals, 14 assists from that slightly more reserved winger role. It's very good from him, and he's now wanted by Chelsea and City. So it'll be a mission to keep him in the club, but that is that's the goal. Money-wise, we've got £11 million, 71k in the wage budget, but there is some fantastic young players coming through the academy as well. If we go into here, there's Jordi Schwooner, a very good young striker, 6'1" at 16 years of age. He looks fantastic. We've also got Antal van der Pluim, another very good player. Bertrand Lokhoff looks good. And if we go into the B team as well, there is also Dylan Klomp, who we signed in the first season as a youth player. He also looks rather good. So the youth academy here is just outrageous. Like I said, it's now 17, but it was 18 as you start. So PSV are set up very, very well. Finances wise, I imagine we're looking rather good. 51 million. We're right up at about 70 at one point. Still no debt is beautiful. It's now time to see if we can make the few signs we can to leapfrog Ajax back to the top of Dutch football. Well, to be honest, for this summer, we didn't really spend too much money. Just an extra £14 million was spent. We obviously didn't have a lot to spend, and we don't really have a lot of sellable assets in the club. But one thing you will notice is we sold Jordan Teze last year for £31 million. We brought him back 12 months later, £10 million. That's a fantastic piece of business. He's gone over to Bayern Munich. The experience he must have got is brilliant. £10 million. He's back at the club, and that helps us massively. And the other guy we've signed is youngster Strahinja Erakovic from Red Star Crvena Zvezda. I think that's how you say that. That actually was quite good for me, I think. He's a 23-year-old Serbian centre-back. Absolute demon, 6 foot tall, 23 years of age, very consistent and loves big matches. He looks fantastic, and the team is now looking rather strong. You chuck them two at centre-back together, and we're now looking at the two Simons on the wings. Musa obviously keeps a spot up front. Veerman and Till in midfield, Sangari and DM, Christensen at left-back, Rambisaka at right-back, Altay Biende in goal, but Teze and Erakovic as the two centre-backs is now a much stronger partnership. Ostergaard does stay at the club, just drops down to the bench, and I can't remember who played there last season, but he is no longer here. Seal is now going to be a backup here. Bresender still looking okay. We got that Shuina, the striker, is going to go back up to Musa. We've got Fode Fofana, obviously a very good young player as well. He's now going to be a backup to Xavi Simons, and Jonan Bakayoko is going to be the backup to Jevon Simons. I mean, there's not really much point in getting anyone else in, because them two are going to be locked in to them positions for the next 5 years. So let's see, season 3, can we get our title back? Data hub wise, we look outrageous this season. 2.44 goals per game, just conceding 0.68 goals per game. You go into the squad and there's goals all over the place, but Ajax too good again, just by 2 points this time. And I bet we didn't beat them, did we? I bet we lost to Ajax. We did. We lost 2-1. So if we won that game, we'd have won the league. But sadly, we haven't. And we also got knocked out in the round of 16 by Manchester City, which is no mean feat. We lost 5-2 in aggregate. I mean, they are quite good, Man City, aren't they? I mean, if you look at the final as well, it's going to be Real Madrid and Liverpool. So they got knocked out somewhere, but a very good side, City. And annoyingly, in the KMV Becker as well, we got knocked out by Alkmaar, who ended up finishing in 11th place. I actually think they went on to win it, didn't they? They did. We got knocked out by the eventual winners, but we played them in round 2. So a little bit of a disappointing season, as well as things looked fantastic. I mean, Musa, 26 goals, 6 assists. Gus Till, 19 goals, 9 assists. Xavi Simons had a much better season with 18 goals and 12 assists. Joey Veerman with 30 goal contributions from centre mid as well, 16 goals, 14 assists. Jevon Simons, just 8 goals and 9 assists. Needs to get a little bit better, but he is locked in. So we're sort of strung back by how good he could get to. He's got 5-star potential. He's just got to carry on bringing that good energy. 25 assists as well for Victor Christensen, which I think deserves a mention, because that is outrageous from our left back. I mean, I like the way we're playing. We're playing very front-footed attacking football, and we're getting down the wings. We're getting nice goals in. I'll hopefully try and show some highlights in this video. When we win a cup, that is going to be the plan. We've got £15 million to spend. We've got a fantastic youth academy as always. Any more unbelievable players come through? Van der Pluim was here. Linger and Lokhoff, I think, are 2 new. I don't think Lokhoff's new, but Linger is definitely new. And, you know, the club's good. We've got lots of money. We just need to break down Ajax. So we need to try and get into that top spot. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully a few more signings in this window. Well, the first massive thing that has happened is Petar Musa has left the club. We signed him for £5 million. And 2 years later, he's gone to Manchester United for 10 times the price. £50 million he ends up leaving for. And as PSV, sometimes you can't keep hold of these players. I mean, we're obviously not accepting anything for the 2 Simmonses, but Petar Musa, a son who made 10x profit. I'm quite happy with that. We've done rather well. He is a great striker, and I'm sure we'll go on to Manchester United and do some wonderful things, but he's not going to be staying at the club anymore. We've been very, very clever in this window. We've only spent £17 million, but there's some unbelievable free signings in here. I'll quickly go through the ones that aren't free. Gabriel Slonina, a fantastic player, a goalkeeper, American dream. He's from Chelsea. He looks fantastic. He's been brought in for £7 million. Jean-Paul van der Heck has also been brought in for £6.5 million from Al Fateh. I believe he is at Brighton in real life. He is indeed a 6'2" Dutch centre-back has been brought in. Who else have we brought in? Heiko Frank, a very good young striker, 16 finishing on this man, great acceleration, great balance and natural fitness, decent acceleration, he's 6 foot. He's got a little bit of a way to go, but he does look rather good. Eduardo Navarro, another very good player, has been brought in, centre-back, who looks outrageous. £175,000 of signing for from Kuwaita, but you'll see the big signing, it's DCL, and it's a free contract, and if we weren't doing the Simmons staying in the team, this guy would 100% be the cover star, because I'm a huge fan of Calvert-Lewin in real life, and I think he's going to absolutely tear up the Dutch league. His stats are outrageous. He looks fantastic. And there's a free contract. That's a great signing, but it's not even my favourite, because as a United fan and someone that admires how good this guy is in real life, he's about to play in an hour's time as I record this in the Championship semi-final playoffs, and I hope he absolutely tears it up. Amad Diallo, he's fantastic. The guy is unbelievable, and what a great story as well. I hope he has a really good day today. Elias Akamak as well, a fantastic young player from Barcelona, has been brought in, another free contract. We're very clever in this window, very astute with our money, very good with our business. Mark Guehi has come in, a young striker. He's been loaned out to Valladolid, but brought in from Barcelona. Any other signings? There's one more. Fabio Blanco, again from Barcelona, a young winger, has then been loaned out to Villarreal. So we're getting the club better, we're getting the squad better, and the tactics screen, again, is very, very similar, but DCL is in up top. Van der Heck is in at centre-back as well, and Fresneda is now going to be starting at right-back over Wan-Bissaka. We're going to hope he can be the man to do better at the right-back role. But Jevon and Xavi, how well can you do this season? Let's see how well we can do. Well, a 2-0 loss to Real Madrid chucked us out of the Champions League in the semi-finals. But we followed that up with a win in the KNVB Becker final with Gustil scoring from the penalty spot. And the season doesn't end there as well. We managed to get our Eredivisie title back, 87 points. Much better season than we had last year, 8 points more. We were above Ajax in both seasons they won the league, and they pushed it right to the very edge as well at 85, and Feyenoord come up flying as well with 84. Calvert-Lewin, 17 goals in the league. To be fair, not quite as impressive as I made before, but in terms of the stats, we had possession-wise, we had the most. We were joint on goals conceded, and we scored the most. And if you do all them things correctly, you're going to be somewhere near the top of that league. And the best player this season was Gustil. 38 goal contributions from centre midfield, centre mid on attack. This guy is outrageous, and in this formation, that position works an absolute treat. We're going to give him that new deal he so badly desires as well. 22 goals, 9 assists for Calvert-Lewin. Joe Veerman, 14 goals and 14 assists as well. Heiko Frank, when he played well. Christian Simon, just 8 assists this season. But Xavi Simmons, 16 goals, 17 assists. Jevon Simmons, 9 goals, 10 assists. Amar Dedic as well, 1 goal and 10 assists when he did play at left back. So 18 assists from our left back positions is nice. Slonina did very well as our first season in goal, 7.08 average rating. Teze Sangare, Akamak, when he played, was awesome as well. Amad Diallo, not quite so fantastic. Just 6 goals in his appearances for us. But I'm very happy. We've got the title back. We've got the KNVB Becker back. Can we retain the title back to back? And also, can we do even better in the Champions League? I mean, semi-final by Real Madrid is outstanding. They did go on to win it. That is quite some run. And Madrid have won it for the last 5 years as well. So fair play to Madrid. We have had an absolute barnstorming season there. It's going to be I mean, it'll be wild to win the Champions League with PSV. That is not the goal of this rebuild. If we do that, unbelievable scenes. We've got £112 million in the bank. We've got £31 million as well to spend. So we'll see what we can do money-wise. We've got a fair bit to try and improve the squad even further. Obviously, keeping to the Simmons staying in, keeping the youth coming in as well, because we don't want to just abandon our philosophies. So we'll see what we can do. Season 5 transfer window. Can we go even further than winning the title, winning the Becker? Can we win the Johan Cruyff Skull? And how far can we get in the Champions League? Well, just 3 players brought in for £33.5 million and a bunch of players leaving the door as well for £28 million. So just about £6 million was our net spend this year, which again, very, very good. Bayendia ended up leaving to Real Betis, obviously with Slonina coming in and not getting as many game time. He ended up leaving Yevandro Rap, a player that is at PSV in real life and doing wonderful things. He's left to go to Turkey for £9 million. Wan-Bissaka has gone to Newcastle, a very good servant for 2 or 3 years. He was awesome, £9 million. And a few guys leaving on a free transfer as well. For side number 1, a young player, Marvin Jezekiel, is going to come in as a young centre mid. Like you guys must know by now, you do get this Discord file for you guys. If you join the Discord, it is literally there for you to come and join in, and you can pick up this PSV save from season number 5. So he could be fantastic for you. Dario Esugio is an unbelievable CDM who's absolutely fantastic. He's going to be a great backup to Sangare, so he's been brought in. And Lofa Sidil as well, a young goalkeeper, has been brought in. And to be honest, the squad is so strong for this league. It was quite hard to get anyone better than the guys we've got. I do want to get rid of Till Veerman, Xavi Simmons, Jevon Simmons, Calvert-Lewin, Sangare. All of them are staying because they are fantastic. And I mean, the 5 of them are at the club in real life. So it's quite nice to keep a nice, strong core of what they've got in real life. Teze, obviously, in real life as well. And then Slonina, Fresneda, Van Heck and Christensen, fantastic signings. We've really made them a very, very good club. And if we look at the development centre as well, there's some fantastic young talent all the way through here. Jordi Schwuna, who had a couple of years in the first team. Gui, Klomp, Land. You've also got in here a few good young players, 4 to 5 star potential, dripped throughout the whole club. So we are pretty much set for the future as well. I mean, looking in the first team, you've got Navarro, Esugio, Jezequiel, Frank, Seedle and Plume, all on 5-star potential. Van der Plume come through the academy, looks fantastic. And you've also got Fresneda and Jevon Simmons with 4.5-star potential. So the club is set. So let's see, can we win the league again? Can we go back to back? And can we also win the Becker and the Skull and the Champions League? Because why not? Before I show you that, just make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also go over to Sortitoutsi as well, and just smash the support on that channel as well. Liking, subscribing, doing all your usual things that you normally do, because it helps me out so much, and it's just fantastic the support we've been getting on the channel recently. So head over there and do all them things. We've won the league again. We didn't win the Becker again. We lost that to Ajax. We beat Ajax by 1 singular point in the league. We got the Johan Cruyff Skull back, a 3-0 win against Ajax in that one. 2 from Calvert-Lewin, 1 from Xavi Simmons. Semi-final, like I say, in the Becker by Ajax, who went on to win it 6-1 against Groningen. Sadly lost 3-0 in that game. We did win the league again, which is fantastic to see. I mean, the squad's looking absolutely outrageous. The potential throughout it is brilliant. I mean, look at the selection info. Goals galore from Calvert-Lewin, 30 goals from him, 16 goals, 5 assists from Xavi Simmons, 13 goals, 9 assists from Gus Till. Ilyas Akamak in this season played heavily in midfield. You can see Till's minutes definitely dropped. 37 appearances, 12 goals, 19 assists from this young man, which is outrageously good and an absolute supreme talent. So that's good to see from him. Veerman, 12 goals, 12 assists. Jevon Simmons dropped right off. 4 goals, 4 assists in this season. So if you do pick up, are you going to replace Jevon Simmons? Let me know in the comments down below if you do pick this up and you enjoy this save. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and just smash the support, and we'll speak to you next time.